Good. All right. This presentation is based on the importance of rest and reflection. So, rest area, next exit. So, rest as a divine mandate. Exodus 28 through 11. Remember the Sabbath day to keep it holy. 6 days you shall labor and do all the work, but on the seventh day is a Sabbath to the Lord your God. On it you shall not do any work, or your son or your daughter, or your male servant or your female servant, your livestock or the sojourner who is within your gates. For the sixth day the Lord made the heavens and the earth, the sea and all that's in them, and he rested on the seventh day. Therefore the Lord blessed the Sabbath day and made it holy. Rest as a spiritual practice. So Hebrews 4, 9 through 11. So then there remains a Sabbath rest for God, people of God. For whoever has entered the rest, God's rest, and has rested from his works as God did from his. Let us therefore strive to enter that rest, so that no one may fall by the same sort of disobedience. So if you don't guard your rest, no one else will. It's a true statement. It's a hard statement to say and listen to and realize, but you have to make plans for your work and relaxation, right? Some of us work best when we have an agenda or a calendar. Who does that? Who works off agenda and calendars, right? Just about everybody in our make-believe room. It can be helpful to fill up your time with organized thoughts and activities so that you can have a plan to follow. Try your best to stick to it. Yes, things come up and adjustments need to be made, but do not begin unraveling your schedule for just anything. Leaving strategic gaps in your schedule can help you be flexible and fit things in. It's okay to say no. Learning how to say no. I know it's tough for me and it's something I'm working on, but you don't have to be rude about it. Right? I've learned that. My wife always tells me to adjust my delivery. So you don't have to be rude about it. If you could try things instead of saying like, yes. Instead of saying yes to everything, you can learn how to say, let me check my schedule. This can help in several different ways. First, it lets the person know that you want to meet with them and give them your full attention. It also lets them know that you have other things going on and allows you space to explain that you may be busy. You're not just brushing them off. Discipline. Stick to the plan. Okay? Hold the things you plan with high regard. Life is important. We know that it's God, family, ministry. It's been told over and over again, and we have to have the discipline to guard that. And you don't want to wait till you start to smell something burning before you get the oil changed. Right? I know some of us have been there, guilty. But you stick to a schedule based on miles or time. The same thing applies to your rest. It's designed to prevent burnout. And on the topic of burnout, it's a condition that results from constant or repeated emotional pressure from intense involvement with people over a long period of time. There's some different signs of burnout. Emotional exhaustion. So you might be saying something like, I don't have the energy for that right now. Careless attitude towards those that we serve. You see someone in the lobby, you hear some bad news. Oh no, I'm sorry to hear that. I'll pray for you. Bye. Lower satisfaction from serving. You're in a rush to leave church after serving. You're avoiding conversations with people in the lobby or the sanctuary, and you're lacking joy in serving. Ask yourself these questions. When seeing these signs, it's important to stop and take action. Ask yourself questions like, when's the last time I took some time for myself? Who have I been spending time with to vent to? How has my prayer life been? Who can I talk to help me keep honest with myself? Some other questions you might ask is, how do I look to Jesus when you start to burn out or when you're spending time in rest? Be intentional about your self-care. That's your diet, your exercise, allowing others to refuel you, doing things outside of ministry that refuel you, prayer, being in the Word, and worship. So Sabbath. This is another hard one for me that it really sunk in during this session is rest. Here are some ways you can get started. The Sabbath hour. Okay, there's nothing in the Bible that talks about a Sabbath hour, but you can start small. Doing some restful self-reflection and time with God. Techno Sabbath, and I'm not talking about the music. Right? We're talking about spending time away from technology. Sometimes stepping away from our phones, TVs, and tech will allow us the space and peace to connect with God. Bring a book. A Sabbath getaway, this is one of my favorites, or will be one of my favorites coming up here, is try planning a half-day retreat to somewhere that brings you peace. A beach, a hike, your favorite fishing hole. Try new places or ask others for suggestions. Billy Graham once said, "Fatigue makes cowards of us all. So don't wait to rest. It may be the difference in how you show up to the battle." Thank you.